So I figured I'd come out as a change of scenery, enjoy a little bit of sunshine, and give you a bit of story time for today's vlog. And if you notice the little baby Tribble on my shirt, I am trying a wireless Rode Go today for sound because I have tried to do a few outdoor vlogs and the sound has been dreadful, so I'm hoping this actually does a little bit better. And it's also black, which is a good thing because if it wasn't, obviously I wouldn't be wearing it. So if you've been watching my vlogs for a long time and you've been keeping track, you may be asking yourself, wait a minute, Brian, aren't you 55? You should be retired by now, right? Or you might be asking yourself, wait a minute, people can retire at 55? Well, most people these days can't, but I can. You see, I'm Gen X, and we Gen Xers were caught between time periods. We live in a world of modern medical miracles that have allowed us extended lifespans, but we have retirement plans like people back in the 40s and 50s. Back in those days, boomers had a lifespan of around 60. So retiring at 55 didn't really give people a lot of time to enjoy their retirement. And the shorter lifespans weren't just about medicine not being as advanced as it is today. Back in those days, cigarette companies could actually advertise. And there was an advertisement from a cigarette company stating that their brand was the one preferred by most doctors. Seriously. I mean, it was a miracle that anybody back then lived to 45, much less 55. So, me being 55 and eligible for a full retirement, the question arises, how have I been enjoying my retirement so far? And hence, the purpose of today's story time. My supervisor turned 55 last year, and she was also eligible for retirement and decided to take it, which meant that her position opened up, and I decided to apply for it. Now, spoiler alert everyone, from the moment that I had applied for the job, I knew I wasn't going to get it. I have been applying for promotions in my company for years and years now, with absolutely no luck. Actually, the last couple of jobs that I applied for, in my company, there's a policy that if you don't get the position, they'll send you an email saying thank you, but we're going blah, blah, blah. I didn't even rank those emails. In fact, the only reason I knew I didn't get those jobs was because there was a company-wide email congratulating the new employee. And so if I thought I had any possibility whatsoever of getting this job, I would have certainly put some color back into my wardrobe, taken off the Doc Martens that I always wear, and I would have certainly got my hair cut, because those were the things that I did when I applied for the other jobs and the things that I felt like I needed to do. And since I knew I wasn't going to be getting this one, why bother to do all that for no reason? So why bother to apply for the job in the first place if I know that I'm not going to get it? For every application that I put in, every job interview that I went on, I dressed the way I thought that the interviewer would want me to dress and acted the way I thought they'd want me to. In fact, for a large part of my career, a lot of the choices that I made were for possibly getting a bump in pay, getting a new position. I did a lot of things for the company without a whole lot of thought for myself. And to be honest, this idea of making this huge life change, of leaving this company that I had spent literally decades working for, to be honest, it was kind of weird. And I wanted to put a coda on it. I wanted, in a sense, to show myself that really I'd gone as far in this company as I was ever going to go, and if I stayed, nothing really was going to change, and so it really didn't matter whether I stayed or left. But the reason why I did the interview in my black clothes and my long hair, and even then my beard was a lot longer than it was now, if they were going to say no, I wanted them to say no to me, like the real me, the me that I wanted to be. Not the me that I put on to advance myself. Let them turn me down, because honestly, I would be good with that. And I gotta say, that interview was probably one of the easiest ones I ever did. And so after the interview, I went back to my office, started to put my retirement stuff together, and prepared for my new life. And I gotta tell you, it made me feel pretty good, because I felt like for the first time, my world was in my hands. And it was me, the real me. And for good or for bad, whatever happened in my life, it was about being true to who I was. And if I was being true to who I was, whatever happened, I was going to be absolutely okay with. And it was also nice that when they finally did pick someone for the position, I actually got an email this time. They gave me the promotion.